Now, we all remember the laughs, the camaraderie, and the unforgettable moments this show brought us from 1996 to 2000. But today, we're here to pay tribute to one of the talented actors who graced our screens in this beloved series and left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. So, grab your favorite snack, settle into your comfiest chair, and let's journey back in time as we remember the life and career of a phenomenal actor from Malcolm and Eddie, who, unfortunately, left us too soon. But before we dive into the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up if you're as passionate about classic TV as I am. Now, let's get started. Jaime Cardriche. Jaime Cardriche, widely recognized for his role as the kind-hearted and brilliant Tim on UPN's Malcolm and Eddie, passed away on July 28th due to complications arising from gallbladder surgery at Torrance Memorial Hospital in Torrance, Calif. He was 32. Known for his standout performance opposite Tony Danza in the Disney telepic The Garbage-Picking, Field Goal-Kicking Philadelphia Phenomenon, Cardriche also held recurring roles in A Different World and Renegade, with guest appearances on various shows such as Law and Order and The Wayans Brothers. Cardriche's contributions extend to the big screen with credits in films like House Party, Deep Cover, and the recently completed Focus by Waterline Prods. Hailing from Savannah, Ga, and raised in Cerritos, Calif, Cardriche initially made a mark as an All-American football player at Oklahoma State University before transitioning into professional wrestling, adopting the persona of the Harlem Warlord. His entry into the acting realm occurred when a casting director spotted him during a workout in a local gym. Cardriche is survived by his mother, grandparents, and 4 children. Charlie Robinson. Charlie Robinson portrayed Marcus McGee on the TV show Malcolm and Eddie. Renowned for his role as Mac, the court clerk in the 1980s and 90s sitcom Night Court, Charlie Robinson passed away on July 11, 2021, in Los Angeles due to complications from cardiac arrest and cancer. He was 75. In a career spanning 5 decades, Robinson graced the big screen in movies such as Secret Santa, The River, Set It Off, Antwone Fisher, Jackson, Even Money, and Miss Letty and Me. His television repertoire included appearances in Buffalo Bill, Home Improvement, Mom, Heart of Dixie, NCIS, and The Guest Book. Born in Houston, Robinson initially found his footing as a theater actor and singer for R&B groups Archie Bell and the Drells and Southern Clouds of Joy. In the late 1960s, he honed his craft at Chris Wilson's acting school, Studio 7, at the Houston Music Theater. Relocating to Hollywood, Robinson embarked on his screen acting journey. During the 1970s, Robinson showcased his talent in films like Sugar Hill, The Black Gestapo, Caribe, A Killing Affair, and The White Shadow. In his later years, he contributed to projects like Beowulf, Malevolence, Land of the Free, and Mercy Street. Additionally, he directed 3 episodes of Night Court and 1 episode of Love and War. A recipient of numerous awards for his theatrical prowess, Robinson received accolades such as the Image Theater Award and Fred Award for his portrayal of Simon in The Whipping Man and the Best Actor Ovation Award for his role as Troy in Fences. His final on-screen appearance was as 82-year-old Donald Jones in James Tyler's Some Old Black Man. Throughout his career, Robinson made memorable guest appearances on TV shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Key and Peele, This Is Us, Malcolm and Eddie, and In the House. He leaves behind his wife Dolorita, children Luca, Charlie, Christian, and Byron, as well as his grandson, great-grandchildren, daughters-in-law, and his beloved dog, Nala. Pat Crawford Brown. Pat Crawford Brown brought Peeping Tanya to life on the show. Born on June 29, 1929, Pat peacefully passed away on July 2, 2019, after bravely facing a prolonged illness. Preceding her in death was her husband Calvin, a distinguished veteran of the Korean War. Pat is fondly remembered by two sisters, Anne and Mary, her daughter Charlotte, grandsons Timothy, Nicholas, and Daniel, and great-grandchildren Naomi, Chloe, Calvin, Adam, Eric, and Marius. Theater held a special place in Pat's heart, and during her youth, she directed troupe entertainment overseas. Later, she settled in Southern California and dedicated 20 years to teaching high school English at Carson High School. Following her teaching career, she revisited her initial passion, embarking on a lengthy and prosperous acting journey in film, television, and theater. Tom Lister Jr. Tom Lister Jr. took on the role of Zeus in Malcolm and Eddie. Tommy "Tiny" Lister, renowned for his appearances in Friday and The Fifth Element, alongside a career as a professional wrestler, passed away on October 10, 2020, as confirmed by his manager, Cindy Cowan. Cowan reported that Lister was discovered unresponsive in his Marina del Rey apartment in California after exhibiting symptoms of COVID-19 in recent days. Engaged in filming a movie, he had to halt production after falling ill, according to Cowan. Describing him as a wonderful guy with a heart of gold and a real gentle giant, she expressed devastation, saying, "We're all devastated." Lister faced Hulk Hogan in the World Wrestling Federation after his role as Zeus in 1989's No Holds Barred, and later joined World Championship Wrestling, billed as Z-Gangsta. Despite being blind in his right eye, the actor portrayed the neighborhood bully Debo in the 1995 film Friday and its sequel Next Friday. His filmography includes roles in The Dark Knight as a prisoner, Jackie Brown as a bail agent, and appearances in The Players Club, Ice Cube's directorial debut, and Mario Van Peebles' Posse. Lister had supporting roles in Zootopia as the voice of the Fennec Fox, Adam Sandler's Little Nicky as Nicky's brother Cassius, and Austin Powers in Goldmember, where he played the Galactic President. In the pilot of Star Trek Enterprise, Lister portrayed Klong, the first Klingon to make contact with humans. On television, he featured as Mr. Matlock's bodyguard in Matlock and appeared on In the Heat of the Night. Lister made appearances in music videos for French Montana, 50 Cent, Sublime, Ice Cube, Chamillionaire, and Young Bleed. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches, Lister, a Compton, California native, won the national shot put title in college, briefly playing football before pursuing an acting career. He is survived by a daughter. Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor embraces the role of Uncle Buck in the show. Richard Pryor, the sharp-witted yet provocative actor-comedian who lived life on the edge, both on stage and off, passed away on December 10, 2005. At the age of 65, Pryor succumbed to a heart attack shortly before 8 a.m. after being transported from his residence in the San Fernando Valley to a hospital, as confirmed by his business manager, Karen Finch. Struggling with multiple sclerosis, a degenerative nervous system disease, Pryor had battled illness for several years. From her Florida home, his ex-wife, Flynn Pryor, expressed, "We loved him and will miss you." Early in his career, Pryor earned a reputation as one of the most explicit comics in the industry, but he garnered a vast following for his profanity-laden yet insightful and relatable observations on modern life and race relations. His daring comedic approach influenced a generation of stand-up artists, including Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, and Damon Wayans, along with the likes of Robin Williams, David Letterman, and others. Pryor's success included a string of hit comedies in the 70s and 80s, as well as filmed adaptations of his live performances, positioning him as one of the highest-paid stars in Hollywood. He stood out as one of the first black performers with the influence to negotiate his Hollywood contracts independently. Pryor, a 6-time husband, shared a son, Stephen, with Flynn Pryor. His previous children included another son, Richard, and daughters Elizabeth, Rain, and Renee, with Rain following in his footsteps as an actress. Reflecting on her father's approach in a 2005 interview with the Philadelphia Inquirer, Rain noted, "He always put his life right out there for you to look at. I took that approach because I saw how well audiences respond to it. I try to make you laugh at life." Jean Spiegel Howard. Jean Spiegel Howard took on the role of Gladys in the sitcom show. Renowned stage and screen performer Jean Spiegel Howard, mother to actor-director Ron Howard and actor Clint Howard, passed away on September 2, 2000, due to complications arising from heart and respiratory illness in Burbank, Calif. She was 73. Howard's cinematic journey included appearances in the Christmas comedy Scrooged as Mrs. Claus, Matilda, Traveler, and her son Ron's Apollo 13, where she portrayed the mother of imperiled astronaut Jim Lovell, Tom Hanks. In one of the film's most memorable lines, she insists, "If they could get a washing machine to fly, my Jimmy could land it," after learning that her son might not make it home. Her television credits spanned several shows, including Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Wonder Years, Roseanne, Ellen, and Married, with Children. Before venturing into screen acting, Howard toured with a children's theater company and pursued a professional career in the theater before dedicating herself to raising a family with her husband in the 1950s. Once her sons Ron and Clint had established themselves in their careers, she transitioned to on-screen acting, contributing to 10 films and numerous TV shows before health issues led to her retirement the previous year. Howard is survived by her husband of 51 years, Rance, sons Ron and Clint, and 4 grandchildren. Soon, Tech O. Soon, Tech O takes on the role of Man Lee in Malcolm and Eddie for 1 episode. Soon, Tech O, a rising figure in Asian American theater who lent his voice to Fa Zhou in 2 Mulan films and appeared alongside Roger Moore in Man with the Golden Gun, has passed away. He was 85. The Korean-American actor passed away on Wednesday in Los Angeles after a prolonged battle with Alzheimer's, as reported by actor Chil Kong. Kong, under Oh's guidance, co-founded the Lodestone Theater Ensemble in Los Angeles. Beyond his voice contributions in Mulan, Oh had roles in numerous television series spanning from the 60s with credits on shows like It Takes a Thief and I Spy, to the 90s with recurring appearances on series such as Hawaii Five-0, Mass H, and Charlie's Angels. His acting credits also include Magnum, P.I., Cagney and Lacey, Hill Street Blues, and the miniseries East of Eden. In 1974, O played Lieutenant Hip in Man with the Golden Gun. In the film, Hip arrests James Bond after Christopher Lee's Francisco Scaramanga kills a scientist, but later reveals himself to be on Bond's side. One of Oh's enduring legacies was his role as a founder of the East-West Players, one of the earliest Asian American theater companies in the U.S., laying the groundwork for subsequent theater companies. Notable alumni of the organization include B.D. Wong, John Cho, Daniel Day Kim, and Cal Penn. Following the 1992 L.A. riots, Oh established the Society of Heritage Performers, aiming to amplify Asian American voices and counteract stereotypical portrayals of Asian Americans as immigrants and victims of violence. This initiative eventually evolved into the Lodestone Theater Ensemble, which disbanded approximately a decade later. Bill Henderson. Bill Henderson took on the role of Uncle Buddy for 1 episode in the sitcom. Bill Henderson, renowned jazz singer and actor, passed away from natural causes in Los Angeles on Sunday at the age of 90. Henderson's breakthrough occurred in 1957 when he recorded for the VJ label and created his debut album, Bill Henderson Sings, in 1959. Throughout his career, Henderson collaborated with the Ramsey Lewis Trio, Dizzy Gillespie, Count Basie, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Quincy Jones, and the Charlie Hayden Quintet. His 1963 recording, Bill Henderson with the Oscar Peterson Trio, remains a timeless classic in the jazz genre. He was a regular performer on the Playboy circuit in the 1970s and made frequent appearances at various jazz festivals, including Playboy Jazz at the Hollywood Bowl, Monterey Jazz, and the Litchfield Jazz Festival. While primarily known for his musical contributions, Henderson also delved into acting. His theatrical repertoire included film and TV projects such as City Slickers, Maverick, Lethal Weapon 4, Buckaroo Banzai, White Men Can't Jump, Smiling Fish and Goat on Fire, ER, Hill Street Blues, The Twilight Zone, Happy Days, Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, Good Times, MacGyver, Benson, NYPD Blues, and My Name is Earl. William Randall Henderson made his debut in show business as a singer and dancer at the age of 4, guided by his father, who emphasized the value of singing softly. His journey through his teens and 20s involved a balance of school, day jobs, and pursuing a career as a singer. A stint in the Army provided him the opportunity to collaborate with Vic Damone, and by 1956, Henderson had made his way to New York, where he became an integral part of the jazz community. As Henderson aged, he resumed his singing career and toured in his 80s, performing at prestigious venues such as the Kennedy Center, the Hotel Algonquin's famous Oak Room, and Lincoln Center. During this period, he released a self-produced CD titled Beautiful Memory, co-produced by Lynn Robin Green. Henderson, a single father, raised his daughter, Mariko. He is survived by her, his granddaughter, Maya, son-in-law, Mark, nephew, Finis E., Henderson III, and niece, Henrine Hyler. Tom Poston. Tom Poston took on the role of Garth Dubin for 2 episodes in the sitcom. Tom Poston, the lanky, pale-faced comedian who achieved fame and success, portraying a clueless everyman on popular television series like Newhart and Mork and Mindy, has passed away. He was 85. Poston, married to Suzanne Plachette from The Bob Newhart Show, passed away on Monday night at his residence after a brief illness, as reported by family representative Tanner Gibson on Tuesday. The specific nature of his illness was not disclosed. He made cameo appearances on numerous television shows, including Studio One, The Phil Silvers Show, The Defenders, Get Smart, The Bob Newhart Show, The Love Boat, St. Elsewhere, The Simpsons, Coach, Murphy Brown, Home Improvement, Touched by an Angel, Will and Grace, Dream On, Just Shoot Me, and That 70s Show. Poston and his first wife, Jean Sullivan, welcomed a daughter, Francesca, before their marriage ended in divorce. He later married Kay Hudson, his second wife, whom he met during their performances in the St. Louis Light Opera. They had a son, Jason, and a daughter, Hudson. Poston and Plachette, who had shared the stage in the 1959 Broadway play The Golden Fleecing, had a brief romance before marrying other individuals. Widowed by that time, they reunited in 2000 and tied the knot the following year. Their paths had crossed during The Bob Newhart Show in the 1970s. Poston made multiple guest appearances on the sitcom, where Plachette played Newhart's wife. In 2006, Plachette underwent chemotherapy for lung cancer, caught at an early stage, according to her agent. Born in Columbus, Ohio, on October 17, 1921, Thomas Poston moved from place to place during the Depression as his father sought employment. During his teenage years, he earned money as a boxer. After spending 2 years at Bethany College, he enlisted in the Army Air Corps during World War II, flying troops to the European war zone. Post-war, inspired by an interview with Charles Gielinger, the creative head of the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, he enrolled in a 2-year course at the Academy. In addition to Plachette, Poston is survived by his children, Francesca Hudson and Jason Poston. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you enjoyed the content and found value in what you watched, don't forget to hit that like button below. It really goes a long way in supporting the channel. For more exciting videos and to stay updated with our future releases, Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any new content. I would love to hear your thoughts, comments, and suggestions, so please drop them down in the comment section. Your feedback means the world to me, and it helps shape the direction of this channel. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos where we'll be exploring even more fascinating topics and engaging discussions. The adventure doesn't stop here. Take care, and see you in the next one.